Hey neighbor, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John and you're watching another episode of The Think Tank. This is a series where I take something in the world of music that's been on my mind and then I kind of translate it in a thinking out loud styled video. And today I'm just sitting down, no script, no bullet points, anything like that. I want to talk about the epidemic, of course, that's sweeping the nation. My heart is going out to anyone affected, and obviously, please, social distance, wash your hands, practice what the World Health Organization is telling you, not something that you saw on Facebook. Yes, we're talking about that, but we're talking about the direct impact that it's having on the music industry. Of course, it's not something that's only affecting this one thing, and I don't feel sorry or any kind of empathy for people in other fields. Of course I do, but of course with my channel focusing on music, I think it's important for me to kind of take a page out of the book here and say, look, this is what's going on and this is who's being hurt by this pandemic. COVID-19, aka the novel coronavirus, is something that we're seeing more and more cases of, and it's really just something that's devastating to a lot of people. Of course, those that are losing loved ones, those that are affected, those are sick and testing positive. It's a scary time. But of course, as somebody that I watch on YouTube, Dr. Mike says, alert, not anxious. Now, in terms of the music industry right now, of course, you've seen so many festivals that have been canceled, from Coachella, that's moving to October, to South by Southwest, that's having a lot of hate thrown its way because they're not processing refunds for people and they also haven't rescheduled the event. I think that this is hurting more people than what meets the eye, because it's not just about the people that were going to South by Southwest, it's about the artists that were performing or presenting at South by Southwest and other festivals that are very similar to that. You see, South by Southwest is a showcase for these young up-and-coming groups to get their name out there. Maybe there's a record label exec there and they're playing a showcase and they're like, hey, we want to sign you to Sub Pop Records or something else. There were a lot of bands out there, a band called Moaning that I saw that did an interview with NPR and a few other publications, I believe, where they were talking about, we don't know if we can make it as a band at this point because we had already booked time off, we have day jobs still, and now we can't work those day jobs because we'd already committed to this, and we can't get a refund on our flight or hotel because it's too late. And this is something that could wreak havoc on the music industry, and I don't think a lot of people, at least a lot of fans, are taking it seriously enough. Of course, the number one priority right now has to be yourself and your family, keeping yourself safe and sanitized, healthy, making sure that you're keeping a safe distance when you can, and just not doing anything extra. Also watching what you spend because there are financial uncertainties ahead. But those who have the financial means to do so, I think it's important to support the artists out there that are not able to tour right now. They're not able to make their living by playing shows every night from traveling city to city because of the whole quarantining thing. We've seen some very ignorant social media posts out there, even from the likes of Maddie Healy of the 1975, who tweeted and then deleted a few times talking about nobody wants your Zine, Laura, and all of these other things, basically calling out smaller bands or musicians that are basically trying to put their merch out there and saying, hey, if you want to support us, you can. I've seen the Wonder Years do it, I've seen Jetty Bones do it, I've seen other smaller bands out there that make their living genuinely playing shows. They don't make a living off of Spotify or Apple Music revenue that they split with so many other people. It's all about touring and merch, so I don't think it's at all wrong for anybody to put themselves out there like that, but that is the impact that it's having right now. We're all stuck at home, and it's not all doom and gloom. We're going to talk about some of the positive things that are coming out of this and what musicians are doing to kind of sway the pendulum back to a more positive side of the spectrum. But for now, I just wanted to float it out there that we're all humans, we're all trying to make our way through this, and if you do have the extra financial means to do so, then go maybe show your favorite band some love. Maybe that means buying merch. Maybe if they have a Patreon or something like that, I know Jetty Bones does, then support them if you're able to and feel secure in your financial well-being. Small venues are also being impacted in a major way. This could mean closure for some of them. And for the local music scene in any area, I don't care if you're Seattle, I don't care if you're me here in North Carolina, anywhere in the United States, it's having a drastic impact. Of course, the venues rely on that, not just the show itself, but bar sales, everything like that. And now with everything being shut down, groups being contained to 50 or less, 10 or less in certain places, no gatherings being allowed, of course, shows are not happening. They're not being played and nobody is making money. Not the bands, not the promoters, not the security team. So there is more to it than just a band not getting to play. It's also somebody not getting to make money in their chosen career path. I'm gonna leave some links in the description down below for how you can get involved if you want to, also how you can stay informed on everything that's going on with COVID-19, the impact that it's having. Who knows how long this could last? They're saying until August possibly, some are saying by June. We really don't know because we are humans and this is a virus and it's something we don't fully understand yet. It's scary. It's scary times for musicians because they're not getting to do what they love. They're not getting to connect to crowds, but also because they're not able to make their living doing what they do because these small bands rely on that entirely. But again, there are positives, and we have to see the light in any situation. Right now, we've seen a plethora of artists just popping up and doing these at-home studio shows. I've seen Taking Back Sunday participate in this. I've seen Death Cab for Cutie's Ben Gibbard doing this, and that one is awesome. He's actually doing it several times, taking fan requests from Instagram, playing live on YouTube, just streaming it. I've seen John Foreman from Switchfoot. Coldplay's Chris Martin is doing this. John, legend. And I just have to say, shout out to anybody doing that for bringing a ray of light to this dark situation. It's troubled times, that's for sure, but these uplifting or even heartfelt, impactful songs that connect to so many people, I think that they ease people's minds because we all need distractions right now. We're all, if we're good people, quarantining ourselves as best we can, trying to limit exposure and not just sitting out on a beach somewhere in Florida on spring break. We're inside and we're probably just kind of struggling with thoughts of isolation and what's going to happen. Is this going to get worse? There's so much uncertainty. And I just really appreciate any musician right now that is trying to do something about that, even raising money for charities like Ben Gibbard is in the process. It's so beneficial. It helps so many people. And I just have to give praise to the music community for coming together on these things. I was one of the lucky ones that didn't have any concerts on the agenda right now. I had already gone to the Wallows show at the end of February, and pretty much everything since then has been getting canceled left and right, and now there are no concerts, and some people are gonna go stir crazy over that. I call myself one of the lucky ones because I got my shows in like January and February that I had, and I don't have anything else booked until July. And I don't want to sound selfish by saying, oh God, I really hope it's cleared up by then so that I can go to the show, because yes, I do, and I do have those selfish thoughts. It's okay if you do too, but also we need to want this to get better. We need to practice this self-sanitized kind of society, I don't know what else to call it, because we want the world to heal. We don't want people to die if we can help it. So I think at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. I do have shows. I've got Summer Sad or Sad Summerfest, whatever it's called, with the story so far, All-Time Low, Grayscale, and more that I'm excited for. I got talked into it by my girlfriend, Infinity on Hannah. She was ride or die for that lineup, and I do not blame her at all. That's like July 29th, and we got Hella Mega, and that is with Green Day, Fall Out Boy, Weezer, and the Interrupters. That's in the middle of August. That's in Pittsburgh. We're going to be traveling all the way up there because that's where Hannah's family is from. I really hope that those don't get canceled. And I also extremely hope that My Chemical Romance at Riot Fest, I hope that Riot Fest in September is still on, but I also have a lot of confidence in that because looking at it realistically, that is still 6 months from now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, share it out, drop a like on it. I hope that maybe my content during this time is providing something for you that you can just kind of lose yourself in. And I know that this was kind of a darker video, but most of them are not going to be like this. This is one that I just felt was kind of important to make, so I hope you did enjoy it. I've got more on the way very soon. If you're enjoying these more off-the-cuff videos that feel more raw, uncut, and natural, let me know in the comments section. And other than that, you can check out a couple of recent videos here. All of my socials in the description if you want to keep up with me during these times, and I'll see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.